She left me broken. I rose higher. My name is Zane Holt. I'm 35, a graphic designer in Los Angeles. I'm quiet, reserved, the one who observes, never confronts. I value hard work, loyalty, and love. When people betray me, I don't argue. I stay silent. I remember everything. And I plan. Los Angeles glowed with promise. Its sunsets painting our small apartment in soft oranges as Lila and I built a life together. She was my muse, her laughter filling our evenings, her sketches pinned beside my graphic designs on our shared vision board. We'd been together 3 years. Our nights spent dreaming of a future, a house in the hills, a studio where my designs and her photography could thrive. I worked long hours at a design firm, crafting campaigns that lit up billboards, believing every late night was for us, for her. Lila's smile, her hand in mine, made it all feel worth it. This is home, my inner voice said, warm with love. This is ours. Our apartment was a canvas of our dreams. My desk held mock-ups for major brands, Lila's photos framed beside them, capturing moments we'd shared, beach walks, late-night tacos, her eyes bright in every shot. We'd talk over coffee, planning trips we'd take, the life we'd build. You're my rock, Zane, she'd say, her voice soft, and I believed her, trusted her, my heart steady in her hands. I'd show her my latest designs, her feedback sharpening my work, our creative worlds intertwined. I thought we were unbreakable, our love a foundation stronger than the city's sprawl. I poured myself into my job, each project a step toward our future. My firm praised my work, clients loved my clean lines and bold visuals, and I saved every bonus, every commission, for the life Lila and I dreamed of. I'd come home to her sketching, her hair falling over her face, and we'd laugh about our big plans, a gallery for her photos, a brand for my designs. My parents' old Polaroid of us sat on our shelf, a reminder of their approval, their calls full of pride for the life I was building. You're making it, Zane, my inner voice whispered, alive with hope. You're enough. I didn't see the shadows forming. I didn't notice Lila's glances at her phone, the way her laughter grew quieter when I talked about her future. I missed the fleeting mentions of her ex, brushed off as casual memories. I was too caught up in our world, my late nights at the firm, her warm hugs, the vision board we'd pinned with dreams. I thought loyalty was a given, that love like ours couldn't crack. She's with you, I told myself, ignoring the silences that lingered a little too long. But when the betrayal came, I remembered every moment, every smile, every promise, every dream I thought we shared. The Los Angeles skyline dimmed as my world shifted, the news of my layoff still raw in my chest. The design firm had cut half the team, citing market shifts, leaving my desk empty and my savings thin. I came home to our apartment, expecting Lila's warmth to steady me. But her hug was brief, her eyes on her phone. It'll be okay, Zane, she said, her voice flat, and I nodded, clinging to the love we'd built. But her silences grew longer, her sketches untouched on our vision board, and I caught her mentioning her ex, Ryan, in passing. He's doing well, she'd say, her tone too casual. She's just worried. I told myself, my laptop open to job listings. We're still us. The cracks deepened. Lila stayed out later, her photography gigs stretching into nights, her texts vague, busy shoot, don't wait up. I'd sit at our table, the Polaroid of us staring back, and notice her glances at old photos of Ryan on her phone, quickly closed when I entered. Once, over coffee, she laughed about a memory with him, then stopped, her eyes avoiding mine. I brushed it off, blaming my jobless haze, my mind heavy with cover letters and freelance pitches. But my designer's eye, trained to spot details, log her shifts, her clipped replies, her absent hugs, the way our dreams felt like mine alone. Something's changing, my inner voice whispered, no longer warm but alert, like a shadow moving across the room. I kept up appearances, sketching designs for freelance gigs, my smile steady when Lila came home. But her laughter, once a melody, was now forced, her stories about Ryan slipping into conversations, his new job, his big plans. I asked once gently, you talk about him a lot lately. She shrugged, her eyes flicking away, saying, just catching up. I didn't push. I never did. But I noticed the new necklace she wore, a gift she didn't explain, and the way she checked her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. She's pulling away, my inner voice said, sharper now, cataloging every glance, every lie. Nights alone in our apartment. The city's hum a faint pulse. I sat with my sketches, the vision board gathering dust. I thought of our plans, the house, the studio, the life we'd pinned together, and felt them fraying. My parents' calls grew quieter, their worry for me clear, but I didn't tell them about Lila's distance. I didn't want to admit it. She's still here, I told myself, tracing the Polaroid's edge. She loves you. But my inner voice was waking, noting her late nights, her half-truths, her mentions of Ryan like a thread unraveling our world. I didn't confront her. I watched, my silence a canvas for something new, something I wasn't ready to name. The Los Angeles sunset bled orange across our apartment, but the warmth was gone when Lila sat me down, her eyes avoiding mine. I'm leaving, Zane, she said, her voice steady, almost rehearsed. Ryan's back, and with your job gone, I need stability. The words hit like a quiet explosion, splintering the life we'd built. Our vision board, our late-night dreams, our promises. She packed a bag, her sketches already gone from our walls, and left for her ex, the man she'd once called a mistake. I sat on our couch, the Polaroid of us staring from the shelf, my pulse heavy but my face calm. She chose him, my inner voice said, cold and sharp, like a blade finding its mark. I didn't shout or beg. Why now? I asked, my voice even, searching her face for the Lila I thought I knew. She shrugged, her new necklace glinting, and said, you can't provide right now. Her words were a knife, twisting deeper because of my layoff, my struggle to find freelance gigs, my trust in her loyalty. 3 years of love, of shared sunsets and plans, erased in a moment. I thought of my parents, their pride in our bond, now shattered by her choice. She broke it all, my inner voice whispered, hard as stone, etching her words into memory. The apartment felt hollow after she left, her perfume lingering like a ghost. I walked to our vision board, half empty now, her photos unpinned, my designs alone. I found a text from her to Ryan on her forgotten tablet, sent weeks ago. Zane's struggling. Maybe we should talk. The betrayal wasn't just her leaving. It was the secrecy, the planning behind my back while I'd been sketching for our future. She lied to you, my inner voice said, no longer questioning but certain, a ledger opening in my mind. I didn't call her or storm Ryan's place. I sat in the dark, the city's hum a faint pulse through the window, and let the pain settle. Friends texted, some already knowing, their words siding with Lila. She needs security, Zane. The isolation stung, but I didn't flinch. I stood, my reflection steady in the mirror, my designer's eye cataloging every detail. Her necklace, her rushed goodbye, the tablet's messages. She thinks you're broken, my inner voice murmured, unyielding. You're not. The hurt was quiet, a deep ache carving space for something new. I thought of our plans, the studio, the house, the life she'd abandoned, and felt them turn to ash. But ash could be a canvas. You'll remember this, my inner voice vowed, calm and final. I didn't need to fight or cry. I needed only what I'd always had, my designs, my patience, and the truth of her betrayal, stored like a blueprint for what was to come. Los Angeles glittered outside, indifferent, and I began to see a path, not to her, but past her. Los Angeles pulsed with life outside my apartment, but inside, the air was heavy, Lila's absence a wound that didn't bleed but ached. Her departure for Ryan, her cold excuse about my job loss, replayed in my mind, each word a shard in the wreckage of our shared dreams. I kept designing, freelancing for small clients, my portfolio open on my laptop, my smile steady when I met them. Friends called, their voices soft with pity, some siding with Lila. She needed stability, Zane. I nodded, my face a mask, my hands sketching as their words deepened my isolation. They think you're done, my inner voice whispered, no longer warm but steady, like an ember glowing in ash. The apartment felt like a shell, our vision board half empty, the Polaroid of us a silent judge on the shelf. I didn't call Lila, or confront Ryan. I worked late, my designs sharper, fueled by the hurt I buried. At a coffee shop meetup, I saw mutual friends laughing with Lila's photos on their phones, her new life with Ryan a topic they avoided around me. I sipped my coffee, my tie neat, my smile polite, but my designers I logged their glances, their whispers of Zane's struggling. They're choosing her, my inner voice said, cold and clear, like a lens focusing. Nights were heavier. Alone, I sat with my sketches, the city's hum faint through the window, the Polaroid of us a reminder of my parents' trust in our love. Lila's betrayal wasn't just leaving. It was the lie that I wasn't enough, that my layoff made me less. I didn't cry or rage. I sat still, letting the pain carve a space for something new, something deliberate. I thought of her text to Ryan, found on her tablet, sent while I'd been planning our future. She planned behind you, my inner voice murmured, sharp as a pen on paper. You'll plan too. I kept up appearances. To clients, I was Zane, the reliable designer, delivering clean work with a nod. To friends, I was the quiet one, fading into their new allegiance to Lila's story. I saw her once, across a crowded bar, her laugh bright with Ryan, her necklace catching the light. She didn't see me, didn't know I was watching, noting her ease, her dismissal of our past. I didn't approach. I filed it away, her smile, her new life, her betrayal. My mind a canvas for what was coming. She thinks you've let it go, my inner voice said, unyielding. She's wrong. In the quiet, I found clarity. My isolation wasn't weakness. It was a vantage point. Every friend's excuse, every glance Lila thought I missed, was a stroke in a design I was sketching. Not for her, but for me. I didn't need their pity or her regret. I needed their blindness, their belief I'd break. You're not broken, Zane, my inner voice murmured, steady and final. You're building. I stood by my window, LA's lights glittering, and felt the first lines of a plan take shape, a silent promise to rise above her betrayal. The Los Angeles skyline glittered beyond my apartment window, but inside, my desk was a battlefield, my sketches a weapon against Lila's betrayal. Her departure for Ryan, her claim that my job loss made me unstable, had shattered our shared dreams, but also sharpened my focus. As a graphic designer, I knew how to craft visuals that spoke louder than words, and now I'd use that to rebuild my life and expose her shallowness. I didn't confront her or beg for her return. I planned, my laptop glowing with new designs, my mind a canvas for something bigger. She thinks you're broken, my inner voice said, cold and steady. You're sketching your comeback. I poured my pain into my work, freelancing for small brands, each project bolder, sharper than before. My portfolio grew, my designs catching the eye of bigger clients, a local ad agency, then a national brand. But my plan went deeper. I dug into Lila's new life, using social media to track her posts, her boasts about Ryan's success. I found her old emails on her forgotten tablet, gushing to friends about his wealth, dismissing me as a phase. Her opportunism was clear, her loyalty a lie. I saved screenshots, my fingers steady, each one a stroke in a design she'd never see coming. She chose shallow, my inner voice whispered, sharp as a pen. You'll show depth. My strategy was deliberate. I networked quietly, reconnecting with industry contacts, pitching designs that stood out in LA's crowded market. I landed a meeting with a major ad firm, their creative director impressed by my clean lines and bold vision. Meanwhile, I gathered more on Lila, her posts about Ryan's big deals, her new circle of flashy friends, her silence about our past. I noted their patterns, her events, the way she flaunted her new life. Using a burner account, I sent an anonymous tip to a gossip blog, hinting at Ryan's shaky business ventures, sowing seeds of doubt without a trace. She won't see you, my inner voice murmured, steady and precise. At coffee shops, I was Zane, the quiet designer, delivering work with a nod, my smile masking the fire within. Lila texted once, a breezy, hope you're okay, as if her betrayal was nothing. I replied curtly, keeping her unsuspecting. She thinks you're fading, my inner voice said, unyielding. That's your power. In my apartment, the Polaroid of us sat untouched, my parents' pride a reminder of what I'd lost and what I'd rebuild. My plan wasn't about rage. It was about precision, a design to reclaim my worth and let Lila's choices unravel her. The city's hum pulsed outside, and I sketched late into the night, my portfolio a testament to my resolve. Every design, every connection, was a step toward a stage where Lila's shallow world would fade. She left you for less, my inner voice said, calm and final. You'll rise for more. I didn't need her apologies or her regret. I needed my art, my patience, and a quiet blueprint of a triumph that would make her see me again, not as the man she left, but as the one she'd never outshine. The Los Angeles skyline shimmered as my designs lit up the city. My pain transformed into bold visuals that landed me a contract with Horizon Media, a top ad firm. My campaign for their new brand, a sleek, vibrant rebrand for a tech startup, went viral. Its logos splashed across social media, its aesthetic praised at industry events. Months of freelance grit, fueled by Lila's Betrayal, had paid off. My portfolio now a beacon in LA's crowded design scene. I work from a small studio, my sketches sharp, my focus sharper, each project a step in my plan to rise above her abandonment. She thought you'd fade, my inner voice said, cold and steady. You're shining now. The campaign's buzz reached Lila, though she didn't know it was mine. I saw her at an art gallery opening, her arm looped through Ryan's, her laugh forced as she scrolled through posts about Horizon's rebrand. My name wasn't public yet, my face absent from the campaign's credits, but the whispers were growing. Industry blogs raved about the mystery designer behind the visuals. I stood across the room, my tie neat, my smile polite, unnoticed as I watched her pause, her brow furrowing at the familiar style. She senses it, my inner voice murmured, sharp with quiet triumph. But she doesn't know. I didn't stop there. Using a burner account, I'd sent another anonymous tip to that gossip blog, linking Ryan's big deals to a failing startup, its funding drying up. The post went live, and I saw its ripples. Lila's social media quieter, her posts less flashy, her new circle whispering about Ryan's setbacks. Meanwhile, I networked with Horizon's team, securing a slot at a major design expo, my work set to take center stage. I didn't gloat or reveal my hand. I kept designing, kept pitching, my studio a war room of sketches and strategies. They think it's luck, my inner voice said, relishing the precision. It's you. At a coffee shop meetup, I overheard friends mention Lila, their tone pitying. She stressed about Ryan's business. I nodded, my face unreadable, my portfolio open to Horizon's latest mock-ups. Lila texted once, a vague, heard you're designing again, her words probing. I replied briefly, keeping busy, keeping her in the dark. She left you for less, my inner voice whispered, steady and deliberate. Now you're more. My campaign success was my first spotlight, a beam exposing the cracks in her shallow choice, and I was only beginning. In my studio, the Polaroid of us sat untouched, my parents' pride a quiet fuel. Los Angeles hummed outside, its lights a canvas for my ascent. I checked Horizon's metrics, shares, likes, industry buzz climbing fast, and felt the sting of Lila's betrayal fade, replaced by the clarity of my plan. You're not broken, Zane, my inner voice said, calm and final. You're rising. I didn't need her regret or her gaze. I needed only my designs, my patience, and the stage I was building. A stage where she'd soon see me, not as the man she left, but as the one she'd underestimated. Los Angeles sparkled as my face loomed over Sunset Boulevard, a billboard for Horizon Media's campaign bearing my name and my design. The tech startup rebrand I'd crafted had exploded, its visuals plastered across the city, my signature style undeniable. Months of quiet work, fueled by Lila's betrayal, had led to this, a moment where my success shouted louder than her abandonment ever could. I stood below the billboard, the city's pulse vibrant, my tie neat, my eyes steady. Lila saw it too. I knew from a mutual friend's text. She froze when she saw you up there. She sees you now, my inner voice said, cold and steady. She can't look away. The reveal was deliberate. I'd pushed Horizon to feature me in their campaign, my face a symbol of the visionary designer behind their success. Lila called, her voice shaky. Zane, I saw the billboard. Can we talk? I let it go to voicemail, my silence a choice, not a retreat. At a gallery event, I saw her across the room, her smile faltering, Ryan's arms stiff around her. She approached, her necklace gone, her eyes searching mine. "I didn't know you'd do this," she said, her voice small. I nodded calm, and said I did. "She left you for less," my inner voice whispered, sharp and satisfied. "You bill more." Her world was fraying. My anonymous tips about Ryan's failing startup had hit their mark. Blogs now buzzed with his financial troubles, his big deals exposed as empty. Friends who'd sided with Lila texted me, their apologies tinged with awe at my rise. Her social media went quiet, her flashy posts replaced by strained selfies, her new life dimming as my billboard lit up LA. I didn't gloat or confront. I kept designing, my studio humming with new contracts, my name now a draw for brands chasing horizon success. "They underestimated you," my inner voice murmured, calm and final. "You showed them." I walked past the billboard daily, its glow a reminder of the pain I'd turned into power. Lila's regret was clear, her texts, her glances at events, but it didn't move me. I thought of our vision board, now mine alone, and the Polaroid of us, tucked away with my parents' pride. My plan hadn't been about her pain. It was about my proof, my designs a canvas for the truth she'd tried to erase. "You didn't win," my inner voice said, steady and unyielding. "You rebuilt." I didn't need her tears or her return. I had my work, my name in lights, and the quiet justice of her realization. In my studio, LA's lights stretching beyond, I sketched new designs, each one sharper than the last. Lila's betrayal had been a fracture, but my plan, patient, precise, had healed it. "You ended it." "Zane," my inner voice whispered, soft but certain. "You rose." Her regret was her own. My billboard was my answer, a monument to the man she'd underestimated, built not with rage, but with the calm certainty of my worth. Los Angeles glowed beneath my studio window, its lights a canvas for my new life, built from the ashes of Lila's betrayal. My Horizon Media campaign had made me a name, my designs now sought by brands across the city, my face on billboards a quiet triumph over her abandonment. I led projects from my studio, my desk a mosaic of sketches and client briefs, the Polaroid of my parents, without Lila, now framed beside me. Lila's world, once flashy with Ryan's promises, had dimmed, her social media silent, her circle whispering about his failed ventures. I didn't gloat. I stood by my window, the city's hum steady, and felt the weight of her rejection lift, replaced by pride in what I'd crafted. "You rebuilt," my inner voice said, calm and clear, like a final stroke on a canvas. The industry embraced me. Colleagues who'd sided with Lila now sought my collaboration, their emails full of respect for my rise. At design expos, my work drew crowds, my name a draw where hers had faded. I thought of my parents, their small shop, their pride in my grit, now alive in every campaign I launched. Their calls were warm, their voices unaware of Lila's full betrayal, but I honored them with my success, not her regret. "You didn't win," my inner voice whispered, steady and final. "You rebuilt." Lila sent a text, an apology I didn't answer, her words too late, her regret a shadow I didn't need. My studio buzzed with purpose. I mentored young designers, shared my platform, built a legacy beyond one billboard. Lila's name vanished from LA's art scene. Ryan's big deals, a footnote in gossip blogs I'd quietly fueled. I saw her once, at a cafe, her laughter gone, her eyes catching mine briefly before looking away. I nodded, my face calm, my sketchbook open, and kept working. "She sees you now," my inner voice murmured, soft but unyielding. "She sees what she lost." I didn't need her gaze or her sorrow. My designs spoke louder, each one a testament to the man she'd underestimated. Nights in my apartment were lighter, the vision board gone, replaced by new plans, my own. I sketched by lamplight, LA's skyline a backdrop, reflecting on the journey, her departure, my isolation, the pain I'd turned into power. Her betrayal had forged me, not into a man of vengeance, but one of precision, patience, and proof. "You ended it." "Zane," my inner voice said, calm and certain. "You rose." I didn't need her back or her tears. I had my art, my name, and the quiet justice of a life reclaimed. Standing in my studio, Los Angeles stretching beyond, I felt the stillness of a path complete. The heartbreak, the loneliness, her shallow choice. They were echoes, drowned by the hum of my success. I called my parents, my voice steady, sharing my latest project, their pride a warmth no betrayal could touch. She thought you'd break, my inner voice whispered, final and clear. You built instead. My life was mine, a canvas of my own design, painted not with rage, but with the calm certainty of my worth.